What's up guys, welcome to my channel, hope you're having an amazing time, and yes, it happened. I got accepted to the OnePlus Ambassador program, which is amazing. And that pretty much means that I got the OnePlus Nord pretty much for free, and I get to review it in the first of the people here in Finland, and boy do I have a lot to talk about this phone right here. I pretty much have owned a OnePlus before I actually got this Nord. I had the OnePlus 6 when it came out here in Finland. I bought it pretty much straight away, and mainly for the camera because I was looking into shooting 4K video. I never got around to do that on my channel, but in everything else that I used the phone, it was really good, especially for that price point. I like the fact that they're actually continuing that trend right here. This phone, for the price that you're getting it, is ridiculously good. So the first impressions for me about the phone was that it looks like pretty much any of the flagship phones out there at the moment. It has 4 cameras behind, 2 cameras in front, with a really bright and an accurate display screen. Even though it's a 1080p one, it's really sharp. You have to consider, of course, it's a full screen monitor, just squeezed down into a phone size. And also with that budget price, you get a fingerprint reader on the front of the screen right here, which works really well. And you also get a big battery with warp charging. That's something that you don't really hear in a lot of the phones with this price point. Also, just because it costs that much doesn't mean that the build quality is bad. It's actually ridiculously good. Inside of the packaging, you get your warp charger, you get your phone, and pretty much all the essentials that you need, and the cover, which is something that I think a lot of the other phone manufacturers should start getting into, is actually shipping you with an actual cover with your phone. And of course it has a screen protector, which is already right there. And for a phone this big, it actually fits my hands a little bit better. The bevels are a lot smaller these days, and my old OnePlus 6 is actually a larger phone with a smaller display. Even when you have these cameras in front, they don't actually take that much space, and I actually like the design that they're on a corner right here. And be considered that when you're getting this one, it doesn't come with a headphone jack at all. So you are pretty much gonna go wireless, which is actually pretty cool. I have Apple EarPods for myself, but I'm actually really interested in buying the OnePlus EarPods that they actually announced with this phone. It's also pleasant to know that the rear cameras aren't a joke either. The 48 megapixel main camera plus the 8 megapixel wide camera are a great combination, and you also get the 5 megapixel bokeh and the 2 megapixel macro. The macro lens I'm not going to use personally by myself a lot, but it's nice to know that it's there. You also get a 32 megapixel selfie camera with the 8 megapixel wide camera. When you get inside of the app, it's pretty nice to know that you already have everything needed in there. You get your pro mode and pretty much every portrait mode that you pretty much need. Also video mode in 4K. In the basic photo mode, you can pretty much have different types of zooms. You get your wide angle with the 0.6 times zoom. Then you get your 2 times zoom, which is pretty native, and the quality of it is pretty good looking. You can even adjust the brightness of your picture pretty easily. On the selfie side, the 32 megapixel main camera looks pretty good. And also, if you have a group of friends, what you can do is just switch it to the wide beam mode, and you can pretty much insert a lot more detail in that picture. So if you're a photographer and you just want something fast and a quick access and just to snap a few photos with your friend, this phone is gonna do that for you. Of course, the video is in 4K too, and you also get a 1080p slow-mo with this one. So if you wanna shoot a few cinematic videos here and there, entirely possible. I actually have something to that project a little bit later. And getting into this phone is easy. It's a simple design with the Oxygen 10.5, and pretty much everything works like in an Android phone. So if you already had one, you're going to feel comfortable here. And with the 90 Hz display, it just feels so good to actually scroll through anything. And just daily usage of this phone is just easy and fun. Also, I already had a OnePlus 6 before this, so actually transferring all my data and everything with the OnePlus app was easy. I just pretty much tapped on the screen, got the app on, and just connected to 2 devices and pretty much left it there for a few minutes, and it was pretty much done already. Also, if you have Google and you have used Chrome, I think it's like a Chrome ID, whatever it is, which has all your information, you just pretty much log in here and you already have all of your passwords and everything set up. That is something that I really like, that I don't have to start to hassle, and every time I swap a phone, I don't really want to go through all of the setups, all of the things again and again and again. So it's kind of fun that you can set up your phone inside of a few minutes and it's pretty much set to go like the older one was, just with a better hardware and better cameras. I like that. And in general, just the direction that OnePlus is taking is really good. I like the fact that they're not really focusing that much on just the flagship phones. Even though the OnePlus 8 Pro was pretty much one of those phones already, the price point was getting up there, they still remember that there are people who are actually just interested in buying a phone for what it is, which is a phone these days. You pretty much just make calls with this, connect with your friends, and take occasional pictures here and there. And actually getting next to the best hardware that you can for under 500 euros, that is ridiculously good. When you watch some of the phones in that price category, they are really toned down for what they can actually do. This phone has pretty much blown everybody's minds who has actually touched it already, and it's not a weird thing that everybody's talking about it in the internet and YouTube and pretty much any social media out there. This phone is the hype of the hype, and I'm gonna be using it for the next, I think, a few years again, because I don't usually swap my phones that occasionally. Guys, if you enjoyed the first impressions video about the OnePlus, leave a like down there below, somewhere there. I'm not sure entirely what spot it is. And if you're actually interested on buying this phone, or you're just interested in general what kind of specs or what the phone can do, leave a comment down in the section below, because I'm gonna have teams for every week. And this week is going to pretty much be focused on a camera. So end of this week, I'm gonna be posting a new video, and it's about the cameras. I'm gonna be taking pictures with it, some video with it, and hopefully you guys like it. One of my ideas was to actually make like a small movie with the phone, check out what kind of a quality you can actually get out of it, and have some raw pictures, because it shoots raw and it has pro mode built into the software, which is kind of cool. So you guys can actually pixel peep for the pictures for yourself, or even drag it down to Lightroom, and you can actually set up all the things that you want to do and just go through it by yourselves. And yeah, I'm gonna be focusing on that. And of course, if you have any questions about the phone, anything, just leave it on a And if you have any questions about the phone at all, just leave it on the comment section down below. I will read all of the comments. I usually do, if I just have the time to. Just leave it on the comment section down below and I will go through it. If we get really good questions, I will try to focus on those questions more on the video that I'm gonna make. We're gonna have different teams. Like I said, this week is gonna be pretty much the cameras. Then we're gonna have like the smooth experience about the screens and battery and everything like that. So if you're really interested about the phone, stay tuned. Of course, enjoy my content. And of course, remember to subscribe to the channel. That helps me out a lot. At the moment, I'm going for a YouTube partner. I pretty much have the subscription base already locked down. I just pretty much need like a few thousand watch hours more, and then I'm pretty much set to actually get my YouTube partner. And of course, I have my Instagram page. I usually post some of my photography there and maybe even videos into the future. And if you're interested, please go and check it out. I also have a Twitter and every other social media. They're all gonna be linked down there below. So have a good time with that and wait for the next video this week. Thank you for watching. I will see you later. And thank you, William, for accepting me as a OnePlus ambassador. I like that. Maybe we can work together in the future. I don't know. Thank you.